if you're watching this in the replay, go ahead and comment hashtag replay, and then go ahead and give this video a like. So I wanted to personally talk about why, hey girl, why I quit It Works and what I'm doing now. So I did It Works for about 3.5 years, and I absolutely loved it. I love the products, I love the people, and I loved everything about it. But the reason why I quit is I just had a really strong feeling that I needed to be done, which I am still so sad because I love it so much. But my mom always said, like, when the spirit speaks, you need to listen. So that was really hard for me, but I felt like I really needed to be done with it. So okay, now that we've gotten why I actually quit out of the way, what I'm doing now. So I am doing, if you haven't heard already, I'm doing energy healing. I am so freaking excited about this stuff. Like, it makes me so excited, and I absolutely love it. Like, I've already helped so many people. What is this? Oh. Okay, anyways, so what I'm doing is just energy healing. What the modality is actually called is emotion code. If you haven't read this book, it is such a good book. I'm basically just certified in this. So Dr. Bradley Nelson wrote this book. It talks about how our bodies are just energy and how we can release the trapped emotions and everything like that. So basically what the emotion code is an energy healing technique that helps us to identify and literally release trapped emotions, which are harmful, like, emotional energies. They're harmful emotional energies. Thanks, Anna. You're so funny. I love you. Okay, so trapped emotions can actually cause depression, anxiety, like so many other things. And like, because trapped emotions are made of energy, just like the rest of our body, they exert an influence on like our physical tissues that can cause pain, like acute pain. So releasing those trapped emotions makes conditions really favorable for our body to actually heal properly and actually make like physical and emotional difficulties often disappear or become a lot more manageable. Hey! Oh my goodness, everybody's getting on. Okay, so I just wanted to share my story about how I even got into this. Like, this is so crazy. I got into this, so all throughout my life, I struggled with ADD. Horrible, horrible, horrible ADD. I struggled all the way from, like, even in elementary school, middle school, high school, college. I felt like I barely passed all of my classes. There were classes that I failed, like horrible ADD because I couldn't comprehend everything that I was reading. So in middle school, I was actually diagnosed with ADD. Like, we went to the doctor and he gave us medication. He gave me medication to take. And every single year after that, they upped my dosage every single year, and it was awful. It was so bad. Like, I don't blame anybody for going on the medication because, like, I mean, my parents did the best that they could, and bless their heart, like, thank you so much for them. Like, thank you so much for my parents actually, like, being so patient with me and my siblings, and like, thanks, Mom. You're seriously my hero. So I was put on Adderall from about middle school all the way through high school and even college. But I came to a point in my life where I was about married for about 6 months, and I was reading through a primary lesson, and I was like, I would read it, and I would be like, what did I just read? Like, I have no idea what I just read. And I was getting so sick of all of the symptoms from the medication that I was taking, because I was taking Adderall. And by the time I was in college, I was like on 30 milligrams of Adderall, and that was horrible to me. It was like so horrible. So as I was reading through that primary lesson, I read it over and over and over and over again until I just stared at the page and I was like, I can't read this. Like, mentally, I just can't read it. So I just broke down crying. I was so frustrated with myself. I was like crying, bawling, like. So I called my mom. I was like, Mom, I really don't know what to do. I'm so sick of this medication and I'm so sick of what's going on. Like, I had no idea what to do. So long story short, my mom tells me that she knows this guy that can eliminate ADD, ADHD, dyslexia, depression, like you name it, like any mental disability that you have. And I was like, really, are you sure? Like, really? And so she told me about it. She sent me the website, and I was reading through it, and I was like, sign me up. Tell me where to go. Like, make an appointment. Please make an appointment for me. So she did. And just to make this whole long story short about this whole thing, we went in, and before we actually did the session, before he actually did anything, he had me read a short story, and I was like, I read through it, and he's like, okay, tell me what you read. And I was like, I don't know. I have no idea what I just read. Like, literally no idea. Like, I probably could tell you 2 words out of the entire short story. And after that, we did the session, and I think it was about 8 hours, which was kind of a long time, but after that 8 hours, you never have to go back. But, so after the session, I read a different short story, and I could tell, like, I read it through, and he's like, I turned the paper over, and he's like, okay, tell me what you read. And I could tell you almost everything, word for word, on that paper, and I was like, what just happened? Oh my gosh. Like, no way. Like, there is no way that this just happened. There is no way that I just read this paper and actually understood and comprehended what happened. The words just like flowed. Like, honestly, my heart was so full when that happened. And after that session, I was like, what the heck happened? What is this stuff? So during the session, he was telling us about like Eastern medicine and alternative healing and just like all about it. And I was like so excited about it. But here's the cool thing. After eliminating my ADD, like, I no longer have it. I haven't had to go back to get like a tune-up or anything. I was able to go off my medication. I had to do it a specific way, which was kind of crazy, but I was able to get off my medication within a month, and I have not been on it since, and I have not had a problem with my ADD. I love to learn, and I love to read. Like, I love sharing this story because it has literally changed my entire life. Okay, so now after that encounter of alternative healing, oh, by the way, that technique is called brain integration, and I'm going to leave his information in the comments when I'm done with this video. So if you're interested in doing that with him, then I can give you that information. So then life goes on, like, life is good, and I was able to get my cosmetology license. I was able to take my my tests for my practical and my written exams for my cosmetology license, and I passed the first time. Passed with flying colors, and I was so excited about that. Okay, so about 3 years after that, I was pregnant with my second child, and there was one day where I was like, I just cannot breathe. I can't, like you know how like you're breathing, you're actually getting oxygen into your lungs, and you're like, I can't breathe. That's like an emotional thing. So like I was breathing, but I just couldn't get the breath like the oxygen that I felt like I was getting. So and it was becoming a huge problem for me. Like I would just walk up the stairs and I was just panting and panting and panting. So I was like, I'm done with this. Like I cannot take it anymore. And there were a few other things, personal issues that I can't talk about, but I knew that my husband's aunt did this. It's called the emotion code and the body code. She does that, and my reaction was like, you know what, please help me. Like, I will do anything, please help me. So after the session, we got done, and like the second that we were done, I was like, I can breathe. Like I actually felt like I was getting oxygen into my lungs and into my body, and just like, oh, I could breathe. So here's the crazy story. So after that, I was like, I really want to do this, but like I never looked into it. Yes, JC, you'll have to do the replay. So after my son was born, Lucas, he was born in November, and then in December, over Christmas break, I got into a really heated fight with one of my brothers, and it was, we'll just put it this way, it was not very pleasant, and that's an understatement. So like, anyways, so after Lucas was born, he was just an angel baby. Like any newborn baby is just like, they never cry, they were just so pleasant, and like if they did, you just have to feed them, change their diaper, like no big deal. A day after that fight happened, he became, oh, I hope I get this word right, inconsolable. Like I could not comfort in him in any way. Like I would try and hold him, bounce him, do whatever I possibly could, and like there was nothing that I could do, and I had no idea why. Like I was like, what is going on with my baby? Like there is something there, and I knew in my gut that there was something wrong with him. So I took him to the doctor, and he was like, yeah, your baby has acid reflux, and he did a physical exam, and there was something wrong with his private parts, and he said, if this swelling doesn't go down, then you're gonna have to come back in a few days and get it checked. And I was like, you're gonna have to come back and get it drained. And I was like, I really don't want that to happen, so what do I do? And he's like, there's nothing you can do, you could just have to watch it. And so after the doctor gave me those like the medication and like zero instruction on how to help him, the doctor was just like, he's just a colicky baby now. Like I was like, no, he's not a colicky baby. There's no way that he's a colicky baby. Because like that just doesn't happen. Like babies just don't go from heavenly to like a colicky baby for no reason at all. And there is a reason. So basically, I was getting to the point where I was getting so frustrated because I was not sleeping. He wasn't sleeping. He wasn't comfortable. He wasn't eating properly. Just like things were just like the acid reflux medication was helping, but it just wasn't doing what it needed to do. And I just always felt in my gut that there was something else there. So I thought again of my husband's aunt, and he was like, just talk to her, see if she can do anything. I was like, okay, fine, let's just talk to her. So the day after we went to the doctor, I was like, can you please do a session on him? And that night she did a session, and the second she was done, I knew she was done. So the cool thing about all of this, like energy healing and energy techniques and everything, is you can actually do it remotely. You can do it from a distance and you don't have to be there, which I thought was really cool. So she basically did the session and then sent me texted me the results, and the results that we got from it, basically. So how you do that is through kinesiology and muscle testing. If you don't know what that is, feel free to comment or message me or whatever, and I can totally explain better. But just for the sake of this video, I'm gonna kind of keep it short. But basically what happened was I told my aunt, I was like, okay, he just cries after he eats and he is not sleeping at night. And then she sends me the results, and there were so many things that popped up. I was like, what? I saw the results and I was like, you have got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. So I'll share some of the results with you, or the things that came up in his energy. Basically, there was a misalignment of his private parts. I'm not going to say what it was, but and then there was like a physical trauma that happened at 34 days old. That's like the exact day that Claire pulled the blanket out from under him while he was on the couch and he fell onto the floor. And I was like, how the heck did she know that? That is so crazy. And then he had an intolerance to a male, which was not my husband, but it turned out to be my brother. So here's what I think about energy healing, or just about this session. Like, when she texted me those results, the fact that I didn't tell her about his private parts amazed me. Like, I was like, what the heck? And after a few more sessions, he was back to his angel baby self again. He was no longer colicky. We were able to get off the acid, or he didn't have to take the acid reflux medication anymore. And he was so calm and like he was before. And it just, seriously, it made me feel so much better about following my gut, because in my gut I knew that I love doctors and I really appreciate everything that they do, but if I get into an accident, hello, or I need an emergency C-section, yes, I believe in doctors. I believe doctors have their places in those kind of situations, but in this situation where there was the doctor didn't know what to do, didn't know how to fix his colickiness that I knew he didn't have, this explains everything, and it was just so amazing to me. So after all of that being said, I consistently went back I went back to her for other sessions, and finally one time we were just at a family reunion, and I was just talking to her, and her and I were just talking about the energy healing, and I was like, yeah, I really want to get into it. And she's like, okay, read this book, The Emotion Code by Dr. Bradley Nelson, and it will explain everything. And so I read it in 3 days, and I practiced and did everything for my family. I did a lot of things for myself, and I did some friends and some friends' pets, and the next thing you know, I got certified. One day I was just like, you know what, I really feel like I need to get certified, so I did. And once I've gotten certified, I've had a lot of people come to me and say, hey, I need help with this. And honestly, it has been such a blessing to us. I'm actually going to give you some more examples of things that it's helped with us, because this energy healing, the emotion code, the body code, all of it is just so amazing and so great to me. So all the things that it's helped for us, It's helped us with headaches. Like, it's gotten rid of my husband's like frequent headaches, frequent migraines. It's helped with my teeth sensitivity. I used to have horrible teeth sensitivity, and it's gone. It's literally gone. My husband gets neck pain, back pain, anxiety for myself. I don't get anxiety anymore. I have had a lot of emotional traumas in my life, specifically in my childhood and later on in life, and just in my past. My kids used to get night terrors, so they wouldn't sleep at night, and I got rid of those too. And like, the list goes on and on and on, and I'm just like so grateful for this. So again, just if you're still on, if you haven't heard like what this is, the reason why I got certified in the emotion code is because it's helped myself and my family so much that everybody needs to know about this. Everybody needs help. Like, I'm gonna list a few things that it's helped. It helps with acid reflux, it helps with back pain, it helps with there's a huge list in here, like hip pain, infertility, joint pain, knee pain, low back pain, neck pain, night terrors, panic attacks, shoulder pain. They call them heart walls. Oh, I hope you can see. Oh, I hope it's recording still. Okay, that's fine. Just like so many things that it's helped with. And basically what the emotion code is, I'll kind of read this again. The emotion code is an energy healing technique that helps us identify and literally release trapped emotions, which are harmful emotional energies. Let me start over. Which are harmful emotional energies from negative past experiences and past events. Trapped emotions can cause depression, anxiety, and a whole other, like, so many other things. They can block people from love and happiness and abundance and make people feel disconnected from others. And because trapped emotions are made of energy, just like the rest of a body, just like the rest of like your body itself, they exert an influence on physical tissues and can cause acute pain. Releasing trapped emotions make conditions right for the body to heal, so physical and emotional difficulties often disappear or become a lot more manageable. So let me tell you, if you guys have any questions about this, feel free. I'll stay on for a minute so you guys can, if you guys have questions about this, please comment below. Or you can personally message me. I'm happy to answer any questions. And if you end up doing a session, hi Grandma. If you end up doing a session, if you like my page, I will give you $10 off. And my page, I'm gonna put it in the comments below. It's called Lighten My Life Naturally, and the connection is bad, and I'll try to watch the replay. I'm interested. I know, holistic. It's also called holistic health, or energy healing, or like there's so many different names for it, but I am so excited about this. So, does anybody have any questions? I know there's only a few people. My connection got bad for a second. Okay, I hope people can still see me. But honestly, like, that's my story. I'm really, really excited about this new adventure. I'm still really sad that I had to quit. It works. I don't know. Like, when the spirit speaks, you need to listen. So I did. But yeah, do you guys have any questions at all? No? If not, feel free to message me and I will be here to answer questions. Again, don't forget to like my page. I'm gonna put it in the comments below. And I am so excited to share like this new stuff with you. If you guys are not familiar with any of this, please, please, please ask questions, and I will be more than happy to help you like understand kind of what this is, and I don't know. So yeah, have a fabulous day, you guys.